Hi, everybody. Welcome to our program. I'm Terry, holding your space, and this is Reverend Saul. Um, how you doing today?
Excellent, excellent. Peachy, as they say.
I love that, Peachy. That's a good summertime in the city.
Yes, uh,
Fun.
it's
Yeah,
warm here for sure. Finally, thank goodness. Yes,
yeah, right. Hi, Esther. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. Um, so today we are going to do a vision quest, which is exciting.
yes.
Yeah.
Should we begin or should we allow some other folks to get online?
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and stick around, or let's talk for a bit because
Okay.
it'll get more crowded later. And I think uh, Linda G, one of our the Comanche psychics, she'll be on at 1 o'clock, I think her time,
Okay.
or 1 o'clock our time. So she'll come in. So it'll get crowded over there then. So we got plenty of time. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. Pamela Shin, Talisa. Hello. Nice to see you too. Um, yeah, so I'm really excited about this. And I'm a Chopra teacher too, their meditation method. And Deepak was on today and he was talking about Brahma.
Oh, no
And
coincidence.
right, what a synchronicity.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was just perfect timing. Pretty funny.
Yes. Quick backstory. This meditation was given to me by a Hopi elder when I was in Sedona, and it's funny how I get visions in my sleep and in my wakeful state. It just happens. Sometimes I remember, and sometimes we don't. But in this case, the practice came on the airplane back to Kansas City. So this was over 30 years ago when we received this particular forgiveness ceremony. And so it is about you using your cave of Brahma. We each have this cave built within. It's an inner dimension that, in my belief system, Brahma is also known as the Christed One, the only begotten Son. In the Hindu tradition, when it really goes way back, Brahma is the creator, and his consort is Mary Magdalene, basically. So you're talking about the guy that's the ultimate shaman of the entire universe because he created these bodies, and within our heads is this cave, a golden cave, which allows us to go to inner dimensions for transmutation of negative energies, issues, regrets, forgiveness. You have to understand that lack of forgiveness can be a poison to these bodies, these spacesuits that we're in. So, my sharing is imperative to our beginning the process of sharing the sacred knowledge of forgiveness because it's when you can't forgive, it literally starts to block up your energy system. And it could be stuff that you've held on to for years or in past lives. And this meditation allows us to activate our creative senses. Then this cave, you have to remember that everything that we are involved in this material world and spiritual world is a product of someone's imagination. So the power of an imagination is just beyond the material, and you have this built-in cave of imagination in which I will present the story, but you draw a set, and it it is a reality in another dimension that allows you to free yourself of past karma, and regrets, and forgiveness of oneself and others. Yeah, are you getting feedback?
I am. Yeah, I'm trying to work with it in audio right now. Can you just say test one, two, three?
Test one, two, three.
Yeah, it's still doing feedback. You don't happen to have any windows up, do you? That would
No,
be
um, we've had this problem before. Let me go to Mike real quick.
okay.
Oh, I can't get there. Ooh, let's just bear with it.
Okay. Sounds
Uh,
good.
so, what I'll do is guide you to the location of your higher self. And the higher self sits in its penthouse about 9 feet above the crown of our heads. So, the higher self, we're going to ask it to descend and join us in this journey through the cave into a golden meadow. Okay, and we'll sit around in that meadow and check out things like golden grass and golden bees and golden trees, those types of things, and connect with that energy, that color frequency of wisdom. And there'll be a point when we'll go through a crystal wall and we'll ascend like a feather to the top of this mountain, Crystal Mountain. We'll step onto the mountain, and in the valley, you'll see a purple violet lake with lily blossoms.
Mm.
And we're going to go down to that lake and partake of the energies and decide who we want to forgive, what we want to release in terms of regrets, past, present karma, and we'll dive in and swim until we're cleansed, and then we'll ascend as our ego selves and return to the physical world.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds fun? The first key is to activate our Kundalini system, and we can do that numerically. So,
George, can you just step back from the mic a little bit? There you go. Let's try that. Yeah, that did it. Thank you, Pamela.
okay, we all have a Kundalini system, and it's not just the upper body, it's the upper and the lower body. And when we say we have 24 chakras, we literally do. So, but there's one system of numbers that activates the alpha and the omega of our Kundalini, and that's the linear numeric system of the universal nine. So, if you're ready, you
I
just
think
have
I'm
to.
ready. Is everybody here ready? Um, and Pamela had a question a minute ago. I think it was a question. Um, why you have many lifetimes with sane souls, your lessons to learn. Why do you have many lifetimes here?
We come in waves, we go out in waves. So, everyone that you know and everyone that is in this wave of life is on shore experiencing. And when that spacesuit duration is over, we go back and we return into the ocean of the great spiritual world. And if we are landed on the far shore of the spiritual world, yeah, that's well and good. If not, we'll be washed back up on these shores of the material. So some of you have decided to be like the take the Buddhist travel way, and that is to reincarnate until everyone receives enlightenment. So that means that our Buddhist friends are coming back all the time.
Buddha Vista, yeah.
Yes,
And I think I figured it out there, Reverend Saul. I think it sounds great now.
good.
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
Synchronicities. Can you explain to everybody, and probably everybody knows it, but a refresher
Hmm.
about the Kundalini energy that we're going to be working with?
Yes, old school to believe that we only have seven uh, Kundalini system centers. Wrong, or we have 24. Okay, we got 12 above, 12 below. Alpha, Omega. This is the way things are. There are one series of numbers that will activate all of these chakras. Once they become activated, you become a complete, what I would consider a complete human being, to have powers over your own Kundalini system, which allows you to regenerate, rejuvenate, travel the universe, whatever your supernatural whims are, can be achieved by activating the Kundalini. There's a numeric system. It's quite simple. You start with 0, which is right on the base of the spine. That's where our God center is. And you add 9, and then you add 9 to 9. It's 18. When you add 9, you're in the sexual organ area. And we're going up now. You add 9 and going down. You add you're at 18. That is the secret chamber of the heart. It is where the higher self comes down, joins the lower self in traversing the material world astrally. And the journey we're going on is an internal astral travel. When you use the secret chamber of the heart, it's just below the navel, you're traveling and journeying into the material universe. Okay? So we're going to still use our Kundalini to charge up so that we can perceive and perform this journey internally. The next number after 18, add 9, is 27. That's the navel. It's activated. The next number, add 9, is 36. That's the solar flex. Next number, add 9, would be the heart, 45. Next number, add 9, throat chakra, 54. Next number, add 9, would be the third eye, 63. Next number, add 9, it's the crown chakra, 72. Next number, add 9, higher self, way up there, about 9 to 18 feet above us, in its penthouse, 81. Okay, then you have a vertical chakra that surrounds your body. It is 90 degrees any place you turn, that vertical chakra. Now, after that, 99 is the chakra that is about you, is in the boundaries between the material earth and the spiritual world. When you go to 108, that is when your chakra realization, knowing that you are always connected to the heavenly realm, and you have a chakra in heaven, 108. We have activated that system. And so if you think about how you're feeling, a little different, a little lighter, or tingling, hearing ringing, there's a lot of different symptoms of being in the state of the power of your chakras. So if you'd like to comment before we call down and ask for our higher self to take the elevator trip from penthouse down to the center of our heads.
I think everybody here, we've all talked about that ringing in our ears for years, right?
Yeah,
And particularly now,
yes.
um, I can speak. We're on a little bit of a delay, but definitely that much. And um, this Kundalini energy is definitely like one of the more powerful energies that we can, I think, while we're in the physical body, right? That we can
Yeah.
use.
Well, that is an aspect of our spiritual self powering our physical self. Because you've got to have this energy system. There's two systems. There's a physical material and there's the vital force. The vital forces are the kundalinis that are within the upper and lower portion of the body. So when you say Om Ti Jati, which means activate 24 chakra system, they're on. We can do that in one word, or we can stair step. And when we do the inner journeys and learning process and acclimating this portion to the energy frequency raise that we're experiencing now, we take it slow and use the numeric journey.
It's all math, isn't it? I
Yes,
mean,
math and sound and color. We can combine these meditations all into different, like a poem. They can be combined. You can mix these meditations together as you so wish. But the divine is in everything. So in the numbers, there is power because of angles, divine geometry of triangles. This is 0 degrees. There's 9 degrees, 18, 27, 36. This is a degree sensitive machine that we're in. And we're allowed to travel across the universe within the inner dimensions.
Lauren says these numbers stay within the 369 repeatedly. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
For mathematicians, it's a linear progression of a universal constant. For
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Pamela has constant ringing in my your right ear.
if it's
Wow.
too, if it's too loud, we need to balance, folks. We need to balance. Tula tula time.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Index finger pointing at the left palm. Om Ti Jati, Om Ti Jati,
Om Ti Jati.
Tula Tula Tula,
Tula Tula Tula.
Ananda Shakti.
Ananda Shakti.
Om Ti Jati,
Om Ti Jati.
Tula Tula Tula,
Tula Tula Tula.
Ananda Shakti.
Ananda Shakti.
Om Ti Jati,
Tula Tula Tula.
Tula 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 Tula. Om Ti Jati, Tula Tula Tula
Tula Tula.
Tula. I did that too many times. I'm trancing. Times 9 to the 72nd power.
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 Now, our next move, do not separate the hands. We're going to go up and say Om Ti Jati.
Om Ti Jati.
Third eyes on.
Third eye is on.
Now, these are all 7 eyes. One's in your 3 eyes in the head, 1 in each palm and 1 in each foot. And then you open the hands to allow the etheric eyes to open and go back and touch the tips of your fingers. So all the eye systems are now open, even with us being open-eyed. Now we can go within, focus ourselves, which is in the crown chakra, Om Ti Jati times 9 to the 72nd power. Just a thought. Go to that inner elevator. There's an elevator there. Materialize your elevator door, push the button, send the elevator up to the higher self in the penthouse. Give it a moment. Know that you can watch the light as it descends down. The door will open. Get ready to grasp the hand of your higher self. However you see your higher self. Could be a duplicate of you. It could be an angel, it could be your guru, whoever appears there. Trust. Teamwork makes the dream work. Step into the cave, this golden yellow cave, in hand with your higher self. Inhale, and as you exhale, just glide through your golden yellow cave until you get to the entrance. Glide, glide, glide. You create the cave. This is your cave. Create the color gold. Glide through it gently. Take another inhalation. Exhale and glide through the cave. Some of you are already at the entrance. Stop at the entrance. Partake of the meadow before you. Make it materialize. It's golden yellow meadow. Golden yellow grass. Golden yellow trees. Golden yellow sky filled with a golden yellow breeze and golden yellow birds, golden yellow flowers. This is your paradise. It's made for you to create in. Let's sit upon the golden grass and partake of the energies of wisdom. The sound of wisdom is Om Ara Sa De Na Di. Om Ara Sa De Na Di. Wisdom. Om Ara Sa De Na Di. Across the meadow, there is a crystal clear mountain. We're going to glide over to that mountain, touch it gently. We'll ascend on the breath to the tip of the mountain, the top of the mountain, step onto this mountain, and we'll find our purple and violet lake of transmutation. So let us arise, take a deep breath, focus on that crystal mountain across the meadow, exhale, glide right to the mountain and stop. Touch the mountain with your etheric hands, and as you exhale, begin the ascent. Exhale, ascend, ascend. And when you get to the precipice, stop and step into the mountain and adjust your focus on the horizon. That movement that you see is the golden and rainbow buffaloes that are traversing the perimeters of this valley. Look below and you can see and create your purple golden lake. The borders surrounded by lily pads glowing and blossoms of lotus blossoms in purple, yellow, violet, and white. Breathe deep. And as you exhale, just glide down to the valley. Find your lily pad. And let's just sit upon that lily pad. And once you get there, and contemplate what our next move will be. Let's focus on releasing our own regrets and how we feel about ourselves. Let's take a moment. It's time to forgive ourselves for what could have been, should have been, would have been. If I or you or someone else had or had not said this and that made you feel less than human, let us forgive ourselves and stand and take a little dive into these forgiving waters, the cleansing waters. Breathe deep, dive into the waters, purple, violet waters. The rushing, the sounds of hissing, that's the negative energies being burned off like Alka-Seltzer bubbles. That's what you're hearing. Swim and focus on all of those within first the family that you have had miscommunications with. See those family members or that family member. Focus, forgive me for what could have been, should have been. If I had not said this or done this or that to you, and you vice versa had not said or done this or that to me, regardless, I forgive myself, I forgive you. Swim all those family members in which you have had miscommunication. Breathe and free yourselves of these poisons of unforgiveness. Let's work on co-workers past, present, and future. Forgive yourself of any miscommunications that you have incurred with co-workers from past, present, or future. I forgive you, I forgive myself for what could have been, should have been, would have been if I or you had not or had said this or that. Forgive me, I forgive myself. Swim. Notice that the dolphins are swimming with you as well. Backstroke, side stroke, glide, breaststroke. Cleanse yourself in these waters. You can breathe on the bottom, dive to the bottom, sit and contemplate it within these waters. Soak in the purple energies, the violet energies of unconditional love. You are that. Focus on miscommunications that you would have with the Joe Blow on the street, the guy that cut you off in traffic, the person that scared you and pulled in front of you and stopped or made you almost have an accident, or cursed you as he passed by for no apparent reason. Forgive them, for they know not what they do or say. Forgive them for what could have been, should have been, would have been if you or they had or had not said or done this or that. Now let us soar like eagles. Push off the bottom. Break the surface of the water with the dolphins. And as you break the surface, begin the process of ascending and transforming into the divine eagle being of the United States of America that you are. Rainbow eagle is circling around. I know, come on down. Rainbow eagle is circling around. I know, circle with the eagles. I know, I know, I know. Time to go back home into the physical world. Rainbow eagle is flying on down, flying on down, flying on down. Rainbow eagle is flying on down. I know you're that rainbow eagle. I know. Fly back to the cave. I know. The one in the distance there. I know. Land at the entrance. Give thanks to Great Spirit, Greatest Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are grateful. We are grateful. Rally Liga. Back into the cave. Breathe deep. As you exhale, glide back to the elevator. You can separate from your higher self as you approach the elevator. The elevator to 81. Push the button. The door opens. Your higher self steps in, smiling at you, working together with you. Remember, the team makes the dream happen. Doors closing. Higher self is back in its position. Om Jati times 9 to the 72nd power. Return to your position in the crown chakra. God bless you all. Pleasure traveling with you. Breathe deep. Regain this level of consciousness.
Wow.
You go there anytime. It's your cave. Anytime you need to on your own, you're the creator of the cave that you were just in. And it gets better every time you go. It gets more materialized. It gets more created. And it's hard to say materialized when you're working in the spiritual world, but it becomes a concrete aspect of the divine. Let me put it that way. And that's a gift from our creator being. It's built within each of us. Plus so much more.
Wow. Oh, Es-
Share,
Esther
share.
says she felt really dizzy.
Say again.
Esther says she felt really very dizzy.
Tula, tula, tula.
Oh yeah.
Tula, tula, tula. Balance. See a inverted pyramid. The base of the pyramid is at the top of your ankles, and the tip of the pyramid is in the earth. Breathe deep. The pyramid is rotating clockwise below you. Tula, tula, tula. Let me know when you're feeling like you're grounded.
So that pyramid is inverted and it's below us. Is that the not the ultraviolet, the infrared, like an infrared?
Actually, it's whatever your favorite color is.
Ah,
Naturally, like I love electric titanium blue.
that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, or violet. The
Yeah.
the violet and the purple. They're like the well, it's another meditation called pyramid visualization meditation, and it's another system to where you use the triangular energies, the etheric triangular energies about us, and focus on the color frequencies. For example, creating purple rain. Everything has been a liquid, and we can make everything liquid within the pyramid. And that's all we got to do. Another, we don't want to mix our apples and oranges right now. I think everybody's probably high enough.
I love that.
Always maintain a sense of balance because you can end up being a space cadet.
Yeah, it's so much fun, isn't it? I think
Yes,
we were talking about Deepak, and this morning he said something about that too, about moving forward, but also being present
yes,
and
very
taking our
important.
time, just like you do. Always talk about timely, being
Yes,
timely. Yeah,
if,
Esther
if
is grounded now.
good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pyramid is it's the aspirin of psychic forces. Um, but again, that's for maybe it's not for another session. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
Well, we've got some questions here.
Go ahead.
Pamela asks, so many hands were reaching out during the travel this time. Cross the rainbow crystal bridge to the purple mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's more of a statement about where she went. But we are all creators, right? We all created our own visions,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Spirit led you to lead us.
Yeah, basically, I function like a travel brochure that you're reading before you take your trip to Sweden or someplace. Oh, that's a nice picture. I want to see it for myself, and that's what it's all about: creating your reality, your divine reality. And as you do that, it spreads into the material world, and the more happy people we have, the better. And wise, happy people.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we can stop the madness.
Yeah, yeah. Hypnicity asks, why is my crown so hot?
Uh, you need to turn down the vibrational frequency uh, gently. Breathe deep. Focus on do ram,
Do rum, do rum.
do ram.
That's
That's
Durga.
yeah.
Is is do rum? Is that a
It's like turn down the volume
okay?
to the frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take command. You don't let it command you. So if you feel if it's too warm, turn down the heat. If it's too much pressure, too much vibration, do ROM, turn down the volume, turn down the frequency, turn down the rate it's vibrating. You've activated your supermind.
I think sometimes we don't remember that we're divine beings and equals in a sense, right? To our
Yeah,
angels and our spirit guides. We are all a part of divinity, all a part of creator. Um,
right. Yes.
yeah. And it's that's so empowering when we feel that because sometimes I know I still ask my guides for things and they're like, you can do this. You've got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. The key is the team. The key is to realize that you're much more than what you think you are. You got three brains going on in there, and the more you guys, the three of us, not speaking for myself, the three of us work together. The dream team makes the dream work for sure, and everybody's dream team has a different voice member. There's a different voice in your head over this voice, and you need to recognize that. And for example, if you lose something, ask your higher self, where'd you put it? You've looked all over for it, and all of a sudden you reach behind you, and you find it behind you. You set it on the bed or the chair behind you. That's your higher self speaking. So the more you communicate with the higher self, the more you're spiritualizing your ego self. And eventually, your higher self and your ego self will know the same. And your higher self, your ego self, will ascend into another level of consciousness and become perhaps the higher self for someone else.
Okay, can you say that one more time?
Okay, your ego self, your ego was born with a body. Okay,
Right.
that's one brain. It can be reconfigured into a spiritual brain. Your higher self knows everything. It's teaching ego as we speak right now. Your ego self can rise to a level of spiritual consciousness where it will become spiritualized and become a spirit just like the higher self, or fuse and merge with the higher self.
Wow.
Or
So we
become
can be a different density while we're on this planet.
exactly,
Yeah.
which is the purpose of ascension. If that's your fortune, your future. Each of us has a little different spin on things. But the one thing we have in common is that we're basically these wonderful divine beings, both in body and spirit.
I love that. Annie Bear asks, how can we be extra super grounded so we can reach higher? I like that question.
To be extra super grounded can take you out of balance. You want to be right in the middle. You want to be balanced. If you're grounded all the time, well,
Mm.
that's inertia. It's being sitting right in the center of the fence. Tula, tula, tula keeps us there. Tula, tula, tula. Tula, 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 tula. Unifying the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, the alpha, the omega, bring it together in perfect balance and harmony on all levels. Simple word, Om Ti Jati, which means activate, Tula, balance, Tula, balance, Tula, balance. At a frequency, our normal frequency is 9 to the 72nd power. That's our normal spiritual frequency of the crown chakra, which governs everything physical. The physical brain is basically the chauffeur for the higher self sitting in penthouse, riding in the back of this limousine that we call the human body.
Is everybody else seeing all the orbs behind George today? While you're talking about that higher self, it just went flying by.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Esther says she has a pyramid collection.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. I have one pyramid. You have a pyramid, don't you, that you sit under? Do you sit under that or?
I have, I got one over my altar. I have one over my bed. And it's usually there's three going on and one in the healing room.
Oh,
They're,
no.
they're, they're set at different angles for different purposes. One is like the one over my altar is 81 degree altar. The angle of the pyramid is 81 degrees, which is the same angle as my higher self. That's why my higher self is 81 degree from the base of my spine, 81 degree angle. He's up above me.
Hmm. Interesting.
72 is at the tips of my fingertips on everybody. This angle that we make from here across, from here, this triangle that we create, that's
Hmm.
your crown chakra angle. If you can charge yourself by just putting this in the air and feel it running through your fingertips. You become an antenna of capturing this earth energy of electricity that we're surrounded by.
I love that. I do send salutations every morning. Um, just the easy ones. I don't do the one with the plank and everything, the down
Mm-hmm.
dog. I just do the standing ones on my back deck at dawn. And I can say it really does connect me because that's part of it, right?
Yes.
Making that pyramid.
If you, I know you can't see all my arms, but you can see one.
Yeah.
If you start like at zero,
Mm-hmm.
we're across here and across here. This is 0 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you raise your hands, you'll feel an energy shift. Stop when you feel the energy
Oh
shift in your
yeah.
hand.
I feel it right away.
Yeah, that's 108 degrees. That's your heavenly energy field. If you come up, you'll feel another shift. That's about 99 degrees. You feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then when you come straight up, that third shift, that's 90 degrees, up and down, any way you go.
Wow.
And the sensors tell you when you're at that Jesus Christ angle or you're at the angle where you're circling yourself in your 90-degree energy, any color you want. White is protective and purification. So you just say Omti Jati, what is white? Zusi. Sanskrit word for white is Zusi.
Zusi? I didn't know that.
Zusi.
With the Z?
Yeah,
I love
Zusi.
Z's.
Yeah.
Zusi.
And what it does, it is the ray of purification. Also considered the ray of annihilation. So there's some issues there, but theoretically we can't kill anything like energy. Everything sustains some energy for us.
Yeah.
So particularly, it's a moral issue when we say, "Thou shalt not kill." You know, it's a lot of different levels to that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
not using our index fingers, right?
yeah. Now, don't use your index finger.
Okay, that
Only to balance. Only to balance. Or in dire emergencies, if a bear is about to attack you or something. Get
yeah.
down. Yes.
Yeah. So and since you told me that, I've become really aware of like how um when I was younger, I would point my finger at my brain, think, when you're being silly, like, oh, she's so crazy or something. That's so
Yeah.
bad energetically, isn't it?
Yes. It can be a little dangerous, particularly when we have these microwave projectors called fingertips. But one told us.
Right?
Who knew?
Aw. Pamela says, great point. Thanks, George. Um, let's see. Oh, Pamela also says, I don't want to be grounded. I can't fly to upper levels grounded.
Okay, all right. I don't like to be grounded either. I know the feeling. It's inertia. It's like you're dragging your 20, 30 pound shoes along.
Yeah. It is, and yet I realize that we're supposed to be on this planet, and sometimes it's so boring. Just like sometimes it's so much easier to deal with people that are in spirit rather than people that are in a physical form, right? And yet I know we need that sense of community too.
Yes, the ancients would call us spiritual householders. The word is grahasta, and we make our homes our temples. And so, as long as you have, well, I shouldn't say as long, that's a condition, but it's good to build your meditation altar space and in the center of your house, if not the center someplace, you should have that altar there. So for a direct connection with spirit, takes a flower, one form of holy book or another, or your favorite guru's text, some incense, some water, and a crystal, one that you would use as a telecommunication system, whether it be a single point or a cluster.
Oh wow. I always have crystals, and I use coins also as an
Mm-hmm.
offering on my altar. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and a few deities. And they move around the house a little bit sometimes. So
Yes, yes.
now I've heard that Wednesday is the day for like washing your deity, um, or like if you're gonna, especially well, this is just Kalanchok temple, but Kelly's temple. Ingrid brought this back from Nepal for me.
It's a it's a spaceship.
Really?
Yeah, it's a spaceship. It's an ancient spaceship. It's a Vimana.
Oh my God! Everybody, look at that. Okay, so that's a Raman.
Vimana. Vimana.
Vimana.
Right. It's a Vimana basically means space plane. It says the ancient saucer, so to speak.
So would it go sideways?
Any way it wants to go based on the pilot. It's just
Oh,
like
wow.
it's the old Tic Tac. You've seen the Tic Tac videos that they've exposed now on the nature channels and the science channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is where they started the ancient Vimanas. We had ancient wars where we these guys were fighting each other, fighting the dark forces. Still
Wow.
are. There's a lot going on up there. They're not telling you.
I've heard about that. Yeah. Um, oh, Annie Bear, that's so beautiful. I'm sharing this for joy. Shared is better after at least a year. I drove on the freeway this morning. Annie Bear, yay! I'm driving on the freeway today. Annie Bear and I both share the same thing. We don't drive on the highways.
Ah,
That she is just so crazy. So she faced it today. I'm so proud of you, Annie Bear. I'm driving my son somewhere today after this, so
oh,
he's gonna go
good.
play some music. Yeah. Oh, everybody says she's getting a lot of love. Everybody loves you. So, and then Annie says, "I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience. I love Earth. It's why I'm here." Virtual hug, right?
This earth is divine. It's there's a lot of one of a kinds, but this is a divine, very divine place.
Hmm.
Nice vacations. It has its dangers, of course, but it's a nice place to visit.
Well, it's tangible, right?
Hmm.
And that's part of the Brahmas, right? Is the senses.
Well, yes, we are the ultimate sensor.
Our
You
higher
know,
self is.
the whole body. Think about it. A pinprick, uh, a a hair of a one of those little cactuses touches your skin and penetrates, you will feel it. You're the ultimate. We are the ultimate sensors.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't realize it, but we are also connected to this beautiful sun of ours, and we're sharing energy with the sun as we speak. There's an exchange going on right now, like an energy pump, back and forth, magnetic force, back and forth. We're just immensely connected to our solar father, father mother energies, for sure. And a part of those energies, if the electrical system stopped, the sun is stopped and the body stops because we're electric.
Wow. Pamela says, "No wonder the blue man comes with you, Terry." He gave me the ship. Yeah. The blue
Yeah,
winged man. He's always around.
yeah. I think those are the folks from the Arcturians. I think
I
they're,
think so too. The
yeah,
Arcturians. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Jeff asks, "Are all of us here supposed to like this experience? And if so, why do we have to work so hard to transcend it?" That's a great question, Jeff. I love that.
Well, you really don't have to work that hard. The whole thing is right in front of us. They want us to work hard, and we don't have to. It's like you got to walk this long path to nirvana. Okay, here's how far we have to go for nirvana. Om Tijati,
Om Tijati,
nirvana,
Nirvana,
Shakti Chi,
Shakti Chi,
Om Tijati, nirvana, Shakti Chi,
Om Tijati, Nirvana, Shakti
Om
Chi,
Tijati, nirvana, Shakti Chi,
Om Ti,
Om Tijati.
Om Tea Jati Nirvana Shakti
Shakti
Chi
chi times 9
times 9
to the 90th power,
to
times
the
9
90th
to
power.
the
Times
90,
9
90th power. One more time, times 9 to the
times
90th.
9 to the 90th power.
How you feeling?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that lightens things up in so many different levels, doesn't it?
Yes, that's nirvana in 3 repetitions. It's a code 3 mantra. First, activate your mantra with Om Tijati. It's a universal translator, connects you with the universe, translates everything into sound energy, which is divine. So Om Tijati, activate. Nirvana, which is bliss and peace and happiness. Shakti, which is feminine power. And it even gets you even more when you do it slow. And don't forget to put the power on at times 9 to the 72nd power. That's our basic vibrational frequency wattage of just the crown chakra.
Now,
You can add to that. Excuse me. Go ahead.
oh, no, you go ahead.
I can say you can add to the frequency, but do it slowly by adding a 0. Simple as that. Instead of 72, it's 720. If that's too much, do ROM, turn down the volume.
Um, how often can we say that during the day? Those three. Is that like a one time a day to start with, and
Your one time a day is the supermind mantra to start with.
preem? Is that
No,
preem?
no, that's okay. I gotta amp down to here just for a second.
Okay, I'll
Om
give you
T,
a break. Oh,
supermind is Om Tijati. Shona, which is purple. Mantra times 9 to the 72nd power. 1 rep a day. Go slow. Because your physical brain that you've been using has to catch up on vibrational frequencies of your higher brain. You don't want to put electrical stress on your physical brain. So you go slow until you're acclimate to that vibrational frequency. Be wise about it. In a month, maybe 2 months, add 2 repetitions a day. And
hmm,
so on. Yeah, you're building your spiritual mind muscle. Go slow.
okay. Jeff is very kind. He says, because if it were not for light workers such as you and Terry, it would be harder. Just saying. That's so sweet, Jeff. Thank you, dear. Yeah, beautiful doggy. Then they're talking about always seeing the blue man behind me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Slassy.
It is Lassie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart cookie. Hey, I love. Talk to the animals. Oh, da faro.
What is it?
Oda faro.
Oh, Hoda.
O da fa ro. Oda faro. And then you send telepathically to that particular animal that you're choosing to communicate with. And it allows you after you've made the connection to know what they're thinking and
Wow.
vice versa.
Um, and you know, a lot of us like call in the birds when we go out.
A lot of it's like what?
We call in the birds as we go out. I mean, that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of a regular thing, I think, in our
Mm-hmm.
group that we talk about. And we do it sometimes in the meditations, but also they just come in like, you go outside and the hawk swoops down to say hello. And
Mm-hmm.
um, they're just so beautiful.
Hog medicine. That's the teachers. One of my teachers is Crow. And they're also guys that tell me when I'm on the wrong streets, the wrong roads. Then they say, "Oh, you didn't listen to us. Why are we here? You have to listen. You're on the wrong road." They tell me every time and I don't listen. On
I
the
love
dead
it.
end street.
Aw.
They're funny. Trust your power animals.
Jeff says, I feel like a grid of ecstasy is reverberating back and forth now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nirvana. Yeah, it's peace. That's the gift to a long path, a path that you've walked is nirvana. Just as simple as that. Om Tijati, Nirvana Shakti. It's yours forever.
Jeff, you're so funny. Don't even have to take the THC Delta 9 gummy. Oh my God, Jeff,
Oh,
when my back went out last week or a couple weeks ago, and it never goes out, but it went out and I took a whole one. Like I took a half of it and then I took a third of it and then I took the rest of it, flying high as a kite. I did the Omti Jati for sure. Tula Tula Tula. Marita
mm-hmm.
asks, what's the difference between the 72nd power and the 90th power? It's a great question, too.
Angles of energy. Think of the angle of your roof. Your average roof on your house is a pyramid angle. It's 45 degrees. We have these roofs we think to run for runoff, but they're also generating energy. Okay, so we have these same angles of configuration. Remember the Da Vinci Man?
Mm-hmm.
That is a graphic, angular, geometric look at the human body as a divine instrument.
Wow.
So we can triangulate the position of the chakras by where you would put a giant protractor on the base of the spine and extend it out to the end of that protractor, which would be the tips of our fingers, and measure, and we will know the position of where the chakras are, the exact position of the chakras in each and every human body.
Mm.
Here's a chart. It's coming out soon. It's,
You're getting it on your book or in your
yeah,
book?
it'll be in the book, and it'll be a part of the book as a guide to activating your own chakras and doing your own chakra balancing and cleansing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Pamela says, I'm getting the infinity symbol. Tell George, Terry. She's seeing or she has a vision of the infinity symbol.
Alpha Omega, Shakti Chi, Shakti Chi, Shakti Chi, Shakti Chi, Shakti Chi, Shakti Chi. Stay in the middle path of the Alpha Omega. The nothing, everything must go to its opposite except the middle. So nothing is going to remain the same. The negative is going to change. The positive is going to change because that's the way the energy flows in this dimension, except for the middle. That's why we must sit on the fence. If you go on one side, it's going to change. The negative is going to change to the positive, and vice versa. It drives you a little bananas, doesn't it? Until you sit in the middle.
Yeah, it really does. So the middle is that love,
Yes, that
being love to all.
the middle is divine greatest spirit. Zero, the the nothingness of the somethingness of it all.
The space between atoms, the space between time.
The greatest spirit of ever is a no thing.
Yeah.
We'll never know exactly what it is other than what we sense and feel through our sensors.
This is
And
talked about in so many scriptures, isn't it? The gap, or whatever you want to call it.
yes,
Yeah.
we are that. We are the one. The mantra is Om Tijati Paramatman, Paramatman. We are that divine spirit as a combination of higher, lower self, and holy self.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Paramatman is you guys, each of us. As a force, we can change the darkness to light as a force, and that key is, well, the 100th monkey syndrome or theory, that if you have enough human beings thinking the same thing, it will become a standard for the entire civilization. And we need to all be focused on prem, that love. And that will overcome all this darkness we're dealing with. Force of mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Jeff says scientific notation. Remember that from eighth grade math. Oh, Maruta wants to make sure that Mr. Handsome is safe. You're kidding.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Everybody was
He,
saying prayers.
thank you, thank you, thank you. He thanks you. He loves the inside. The outside freaks him out. Too much stuff going on out there when you leave the house. Anything can happen.
Yeah, kind of like the planet, right?
Yep. Yes. And it's good. I shall give you, not I, we shall share with you the victory over death mantra, pens
Oh,
and papers. This mantra is a protect all. It is a Shiva Durga mantra. And it goes Om Tijati to activate it. Maha, Maha. Maha. Spell this one as it sounds. Merit. Merit. Second word.
is that M-A and then
Mit.
R-I-T?
Actually, it's mit. Mirit, like rit die. Third word. Yoon, as in soon. Yoon. Yoon. Yoon, okay? Next word, Jaya. 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 Last word, mantra.
Is that long?
Mantra.
Is that a long mantra?
No, that's a short mantra.
Okay.
Mantra times 9 uh, to the 72nd power. Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Om Tijati. Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Now, this mantra is a Shiva mantra, victory over death. It includes snake bites, diseases considered to be uh, uncurable. It includes being accidents in airfare, accidents in boating accidents, hunting accidents, car accidents, train accidents, you name it. It's a cure all. and it's a protection of all.
Hmm.
Mahamudra Chunjaya mantra. Don't travel without it. Don't go out the door without it.
Write it down and put it in our
Yeah,
wallet, right?
put it in your wallet. Have it
Like
on you.
physically.
Yeah, and it's a written holy word.
Yeah.
You can carry it in your mind, or you can carry it in your mind and or on written paper, and it becomes a holy spiritual force within you on paper or within your mind. I never traveled. I worked for TWA for 5 years, and I was spared having to fly at least 3 times a week, and with no incidents other than a roller coaster storm ride I had one night.
Wow.
Uh, world is dangerous, and I will attest to the Shiva mantra, even against dark forces. Muhammad Chunjaya mantra. Dark forces don't like Shiva. They also don't like Durga, his consort, particularly her, because she has the ability to wipe you out with the power of bliss.
Annie Bear says, would you say wise woman energy runs a different way? Like we do not need sundance because we ministrate out. Relationship with moon and earth is very unique. Yes. Do we need mantra? I think a
Well,
mantra just multiplies or magnifies everything, doesn't it?
mantra is your original abracadabra. These are primal words of power, predating the human species, predating the planet, predating this universe. Mantra comes from the divine.
Mm.
It is divine.
Oh, Lauren said the last connection took all of the tensions left in my neck away. The swimming released pressures I felt in my spine for years. Many thanks. Wow, that's amazing, Lauren. Many thanks for the connections, Reverend Saul.
That
And
great spirit. I'm just a mouthpiece.
he's the tour guide today.
Yeah, I'm a tour guide. That's it.
Maruta, I don't see your question, honey. Can you just post it one more time? Um, okay. Yeah, Pamela says safer inside, right? Yeah, well, it is, but then inertia sets in sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, because I'm real
Well,
good inside.
you, she has something in her house that, hmm,
Lauren,
yeah, it's not nice. So it's stirred up by the Shiva mantra, Shiva Durga. You have to understand that Durga was created by the Trinity to destroy the dark DNA of the Asuras, who are naturally demonic beings. These are the guys that were attacking the heavenly realms that you read about in all of the history books, the Holy Bible, the wars in heaven that take place in that are reported in the Bibles of the world, even Quran and some other ones. There was some serious fighting going up there, and the dark was attacking the devas. Well, he'd got a particular boon from Brahma to not be to be in a force where they could not be killed by any of the devas, and he got that boon, and except he didn't include women. So they created the trinity of men and women, created Durga, and Durga destroys the demonic forces because of the boon that was given to the dark forces did not include the female species. So they are definitely will run when a Durga devotee or the word Durga is mentioned. It's just totally destructive to their physical systems vibrationally. The power of sound. Durga, doom, doom, doom. You can't get out Durga, do her bija mantra, doom, 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 in whatever tune you love to do it in, doom, doom, doom. And the dark forces that go a running.
See, this simplifies things.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
yeah, there's a monastery that we're affiliated with in Kathmandu, and they say the Durga mantra for us because she's one of my archetypes. But I think they say it 1,000 times. And Dawa said, Terry, you say this 1,000 times. And I'm like, okay.
That's when you go, okay, Auntie Jati Durga Doom times 9 to the 790th power. You're there.
790. I'm going to write that down because I will
Yeah,
not get it.
you're
Oh,
there.
hi, psychic medium Jordan Cockburn. How are you, dear? Good to see you here. Um, so nice to see you. Um, Jordan is in England and he has such an energy about him.
Ah,
Just
yes.
amazing. Yeah, just a powerhouse.
Hi, Jordan. Long time no see.
Right? Yeah,
Back, we finally all found each other again. Again.
again is
Again.
right. Oops.
There's no coincidences. We know each other. We all know each other. We're in the same life wave. And we're all psychic. We've been bouncing off each other psychically since we've been on the planet. Hi, y'all.
Oh, he says, I'm doing great. Thanks. Keep smashing it, my friend. Aw, you too, Jordan. I love your show. Yeah. Yeah, we do, don't we? And I think we have such a community in our little meditation tribe that we have. Well, it's not that little anymore. It's growing and growing. But it's just amazing that when you meditate together and come together and learning like this, you can go so much deeper, so much faster or higher, whatever you want to call it. It's just like the power just magnifies.
Yes. Share, 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 share. Share the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's ancient process. In the Vedas, it's called the Parampara process. Share this knowledge. The world needs it.
Yeah. Community, isn't it?
So what if you become a whistleblower? It's a fun thing. It's a nirvana thing, you know? I couldn't help myself. Nirvana made me do it.
You were talking about the the Great War between the forces.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like Lemuria and Atlantis at that
Yeah.
time, or was it? Does it predate that?
It hasn't stopped. It's we go through these cycles. I'm wondering if it's just within our star system. I think not. It's probably throughout most of the star systems that we're dealing with because it's in the material world, good against evil, and
Yeah,
in the middle comes the light workers. We go through the good cycles of time down to the worst of times and back again to the good cycles and hope we can hold on to the good cycles for 23,000 years or 223,000 years. We
yeah.
live forever. We've experienced this stuff before, and it's getting better, even though it seems to be getting worse. We're on our way to sattva, those divine times. If we decide to come back and witness the history of that.
You know, sometimes, and a lot of us say this that Gosh, I'm done. I'm out of here. Not coming back.
R&R. You always have R&R. Consider this. Consider we got drafted. We're doing duty. This is our military, spiritual military duty. We got drafted in here. But with a draft, we get to do R&R. We get we get to go back to the heavenly realms for however thousands of years.
I also feel like this is such a tangible planet that, as far as like, and this is part of Brahma, right? Is we get to experience things in a physical level, what we perceive to be a physical level, that are so unique and so much fun, or
Yes,
can be, if you find joy, right?
yes, uh, and become the voyeur, not just what we becoming a voyeur of what's happening here, but there's so much to learn as a voyeur of the universe, even to the extent of take a trip to visit where Brahma lives. You that world, that dimension. There's 14 different dimensions. Highly suggest that you go to the higher dimensions than the lower, for sure. But
Hmm. Marucha says, yes, with each additional person, the energy magnifies by multiplication instead of addition.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Marucha, I love that. That's beautiful.
this
Yeah,
is this is the world of great spirit duplication. Duplication. Everything is duplicated, multiplied, including the divine force field, including the divine. That's why we have thousands of names for the greatest spirit.
it's like every blade of grass is another density or another universe that holds us up as we walk on it.
Yes.
And we hold up the grid, the light. Beautiful.
My
Um,
teacher, go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead.
My teacher would say, I'm hearing his voice, our actual size is that of a pinhead. It powers these these spacesuits. And in the Vedas, we're known as the marginal potency of the divine.
The marginal. I'm sorry, I just had to laugh. Keep
Yeah,
going. Keep going.
that's what we are. We have that potency. It doesn't take much spiritual power to get things done.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Spiritual military, right? Warriors, spirit warriors.
Yes,
Yeah,
most definitely.
yeah, yeah. Marucha has it going on, Annie Bear. You do too. You all do. Okay. Well, do you have anything else? We don't want to keep you for 2 hours this time because I feel like that was too much, but we're getting almost to 1.3. So, do you have any parting words of wisdom or any more parting words of wisdom?
Leave its etheric, sticky, honey sticky, etheric hearts wherever you go. Just leave a trail of etheric, sticky hearts so that the dark forces can step on them, stick to their feet, and get transmuted.
Wow.
I'm serious.
Okay, so is there a mantra to go with that? Like drum, drum, drum,
Om Tujaji sticky hearts.
Jati sticky. I can do that. Jati sticky hats.
Just see them wherever you see them. Have your angels spread them. Have your guardians spread them. Give them something to do. You got angels around you. Give them something to do. Spread the love. Preem, 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 preem. When you get in trouble, doom, doom, call on Durga.
Doom,
If you
doom.
really get in trouble, call on Whom Doom, which would call Durga and her husband Shiva. No need to play around. Let's get things done.
Right.
They're all for us, for sure.
Lauren says a speck of sand is what I've always heard, and the pinhead visual works too. Right, Lauren? Lauren, that's very wise. And I'd rather be a speck of sand or a pinhead. Um, Hypnosis says, thanks to everyone for being on my journey. Transmuted. Love you both. Sticky hearts. Amen. Sticky, sticky hearts. Lots of them all around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, well, thank you so much. Right? Sticky, 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 Lauren. Thank you so much, George. And thanks everybody for being here. Namaste. And sticky, sticky, sticky.
Sticky, sticky. Doom, preem, doom, preem, doom, preem, doom, preem, preem, doom. To
I
you
love
all.
that. All right. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.